The night was quiet, calm, nothing unusual. Cities slept, oceans breathed under moonlight, and Earth felt safe. But far above, beyond clouds and orbit, and even light itself, something ancient shifted in the dark. In a silent observatory in Chile, a young scientist named Rian stared at the readings on his monitor. A strange signal was coming from deep space, not random, not noise, but structured, like a heartbeat. He did not know it yet, but this single moment would change history. Rian called others, alarms triggered, screens flashed everywhere. NASA, ESA, China, Russia, every space agency woke up within minutes. The signal repeated every 11 seconds, soft, cold, and careful, as if someone, or something, did not want to be heard. Yet Earth heard it. The broadcast was opened worldwide. Millions watched the pattern appear on their screens, pulses like words, like ancient code. Some cheered, thinking aliens were sending a friendly message. But Rian felt something else, a strange chill, like the universe itself was whispering, "Do not listen." Satellites turned, telescopes aligned, and power grids shifted to full research mode. They traced the source. And then, a shock. The signal was not coming toward Earth. It was running away. Fast. Why would an unknown civilization send a message while fleeing? Fear spread quietly. World leaders rushed into private meetings. Scientists whispered in hallways. Religious leaders spoke about destiny and judgment. Something about the tone of the signal felt like a warning. It was too old, too tired, too desperate. Rian replayed the audio late at night, alone in the observatory. Slowly, painfully, he enhanced the frequency. A hidden layer appeared, a message buried deep. Do not approach Earth. Do not awaken what sleeps there. Far across the universe, beyond nebulae and broken stars, lay a civilization older than time itself, the Akar Dominion. They were the first light when galaxies were born, the architects of cosmic law, and the silent watchers of rising species. Their technology could erase planets or freeze suns. For millions of years, they feared nothing. Except one world. Except Earth. Inside their great council chamber, a hall carved from the bones of dead stars, 12 elder beings stood in panic. Screens flickered with the signal Rian discovered. The sound trembled through the chamber like a ghost of history. "We failed," whispered an elder with eyes like collapsing galaxies. They heard it. Another struck his staff to the ground, voice sharp and broken. "The seal is weak. They are remembering." A third elder, once calm, now shaking, snarled. "Then we destroy them before they awaken fully." But even powerful rulers looked terrified. They all remembered the same nightmare. A war 600,000 years ago, when humans were something else. Not fragile bodies, not small minds, but beings of pure will, bending reality like clay, creating and destroying with thought. Back then, humans burned half the stars in rage. The Akar won only by sealing human memory and casting them into a new planet, Earth, to sleep. They erased every trace of that war, every galaxy that remembered, every story that survived. But now the signal had reached Earth. The warning meant to keep humans silent was accidentally reversed. If humans remembered, if they awoke, the Akar Dominion would fall, and the universe with it. The council voted with trembling hands. We approach Earth, not to speak, but to contain. Their warships moved like shadows through space, engines silent, hearts fearful. And on Earth, no one knew death was already on the way. Earth did not sleep anymore. News channels screamed about the signal. Social media burned with theories. Aliens, invasion, first contact, Judgment Day. Every nation raised its alert level. Fighter jets patrolled the skies, although no one knew what to look for. Humanity was excited, frightened, curious, but mostly unaware of what was coming. Deep under London, in a bunker older than modern history, a secret meeting took place. Scientists, generals, and world leaders sat around a holographic projection of the signal waveform. Rian was there too, exhausted but alert. His discovery was now the world's greatest concern. The scientists enhanced the signal again. A second hidden layer emerged, older than language, older than stars. Do not evolve. Do not remember. Silence filled the room like ice. "What does that mean?" a general asked, voice unsteady. Rian answered softly. "It means someone doesn't want us to awaken. Which means maybe we can." That single sentence changed everything. Governments authorized a project named Archive, seeking answers buried in human DNA, ancient fossils, forgotten ruins. Massive quantum scanners scanned the genome. Archaeologists dug beneath Antarctica. Old forgotten texts were re-examined. Then, the first discovery. Human DNA had locked sequences, like doors that had been sealed. But something was now unlocking them. Dreams, memories, feelings no one could explain. People from distant countries reported the same visions. A sky of burning stars, a throne of light, a war without end. The world felt it. Something inside them was waking up. Military fleets formed around Earth like a steel firewall. Satellites armed with plasma rail systems were launched. Not to attack, but to wait. To see. The question that haunted every mind. What if humanity was never meant to be weak? What if we were something else, and someone feared our return? Earth prepared for answers. But the answers were already coming. And they were terrified. A single object appeared near Jupiter, silent, massive, older than every human empire. It did not glow like human ships. It absorbed light, like a shadow carved from the void itself. The world froze. Every telescope turned. Every radar pinged. Every heartbeat paused. Humanity expected an invasion fleet. But only one ship had come. NASA sent a message, no reply. China sent another, silence. The ship only watched, as if waiting for Earth to speak first. It felt less like an arrival and more like fear. Finally, with global vote, humanity made a bold move. A ship named Hopewalker was launched, carrying diplomats, soldiers, Rian, and scientists. Millions watched the live feed. For the first time in history, Earth stretched its hand toward the unknown, not in fear, but in demand for truth. When Hopewalker reached the alien vessel, its doors opened on their own, slowly, like something waking from a nightmare. Inside was darkness, but a presence stood waiting, thin, pale, ancient like time itself. The alien did not attack. It trembled. Its voice echoed like broken thunder. "You have awakened, the seal fractures." Rian stepped forward, his voice shaking but firm. "Why do you fear us?" The alien's eyes glowed with memories older than galaxies. "You were gods once. Makers of war, shapers of stars. We watched you burn galaxies into ash. We knew that if you ever remembered your power, nothing would survive." Humans did not speak. Every camera on Earth captured that moment. Shock, disbelief, destiny. The alien leaned closer, whispers shaking with terror. "We came to warn you, not to fight you. Because if you awaken fully, we will not be able to stop you again." Earth had questions, but the universe already had fear. Earth believed it understood itself. But after the encounter near Jupiter, everything changed. Laboratories worked day and night. DNA archives flooded with new data. People across the planet reported strange events. Lights flickering when they felt anger, objects moving without wind, dreams where they stood as giants wrapped in burning stars. It began small. A child in India who woke to find her toys floating in the air. A soldier in America whose footsteps cracked stone. A blind old man in Africa who suddenly described constellations no telescope had ever recorded. Humanity was remembering. The government could not hide it. Videos leaked. The internet shook like a storm. Scientists confirmed what seemed impossible. Humans had dormant cells, ancient structures inside the brain that once controlled matter, energy, even space. They were activating. Leaders panicked. Some wanted to restrict research. Others wanted to harness it. But one truth stood above all. If humanity fully awakened, nothing in the galaxy could control them. The Akar alien envoy begged Earth on live broadcast, its voice trembling like ice breaking. "You must stop this evolution. Your ancestors destroyed half the universe in rage. Do not open that door again." But the question echoed louder than fear. If humans were once gods, why were they sealed? Who sealed them? And what broke the lock now? Rian discovered the final clue. The original signal, the warning, was not sent by the Akar. It was sent by humans of the ancient age, long before memory was erased. Their message was clear. One day you will rise again. When the stars burn red, remember who you are. The seal breaking was never an accident. It was destiny. Humanity stood on the edge of something vast, terrifying, beautiful, and the universe trembled. Humans everywhere felt something awakening inside them. Not learned, but remembered. A memory from before history, before planets cooled and stars formed. Their hearts beat like thunder. Their minds sparkled with the knowledge of forgotten wars and impossible power. They were no longer just humans. They were returning. Around the moon, massive shipyards shimmered with new construction. But these vessels were unlike any built by human hands. They were built from memory, from instinct. Glass-like metal bent itself into shape. Engines hummed without fuel. Each ship glowed with white gold light, as if made from the core of a dying star. The Hopewalker returned from Jupiter. Its crew changed. Their eyes showed storms. Their voices carried weight. They spoke one message to the world. We were sealed to protect the universe. Now the seal is broken, and the universe must face us again. The alien Akar fleet formed at the edge of the solar system, terrified. They sent their final plea. Humanity, do not rise. Do not become what you once were. We cannot survive you again. But Earth did not answer with threats. It answered with calm. A single human battleship uncloaked near Saturn, a vessel large enough to cast shadow on a moon. It did not fire weapons. It simply existed, and its presence made space tremble. Stars dimmed. Time bent. Humanity was no longer prey, no longer fragile. They stood before the galaxy like returned gods. Rian watched from the flagship's bridge, heart steady, eyes bright. He whispered what every human now felt. We do not seek war, but we will never kneel again. Across the galaxy, empires froze. Armies hesitated. Ancient races remembered fear that had been silent for 1,000,000 years. Humanity had awakened, and the universe would never be the same. Rocket,